Yes, I am typing on a BlackBerry keyboard, a QWERTY keyboard. Yes, I miss BlackBerry. Well, this is BooredFemme, and today I'm showing you the BlackBerry Keyone. If you aren't familiar with my love for BlackBerry, let me just refresh your memory. I think one of my first videos was a review on the BlackBerry playbook and how to transfer files. So I've always loved BlackBerry. I've never fallen out of love with BlackBerry, so they're definitely not dead. But this device has, I would say, the right balance of bells and whistles, but also functionality. So what are we getting? Shape and size wise, and the dimensions, it's a pretty standard, rectangular candy bar styled smartphone. It's just slightly heavier, I would say. It's 6.35 ounces. So you've got some weight to it. For those who put their phone in their pocket, it's a little heavier, but I don't really care. I'm just throwing it in my purse. Protected, of course, using a very nice case. So you're getting a heavier device, but what's coming along with it? You have that nice hefty battery at 3500 or 3505 milliamps. So again, solid battery, and it does have fast charging and a boost. So, some of the physical aspects really pay off, and then you're also making room for your keyboard. But we'll take a look at that. Now, on the outer housing, you have a nice aluminum edging. So it's a nice smooth feel to it, like a little brushed aluminum. And you can see you have all your regular buttons. You have a convenience key, volume keys, SIM tray. You have the headset jack at the top, and then your side button, your power button on one side. And then at the bottom, you'll notice the speakers, but also the USB-C, very important. Again, I can't say this enough. I've damaged so many other chargers. USB-C is much more convenient for me and less damage. So that's a welcome change to the BlackBerry world. The glass, it's a 4.5 inch screen, but it's Corning Gorilla Glass 4. So a slightly smaller display, but you're allowing for then the keyboard. So you need to make some room for the QWERTY keyboard. I love the keyboard. This was a joy to get back to the QWERTY keyboard. I've been flying through the keys. I do think the keys are a little bit smaller, but then again, I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and look at an old BlackBerry, but maybe I'm just out of practice. So once I started to get back into using the physical keyboard, that's it. I've been emailing away, not a single hitch. I mean, every once in a while I go to the virtual keyboard, but then I just jump right back. What am I doing? I'm still faster on the QWERTY keyboard. And there are quite a few shortcuts that came right back to me. You're pressing the space bar twice to automatically do your punctuation for a period. Alt, and you have your number keypad, so you have that right on the side. So anyone who's used to those BlackBerry shortcuts, you'll love them. They're still there. The punctuation shortcuts, they're all still there, but you can even set your own key shortcuts. But you do have a lot of the other updates to the BlackBerry keyboards with the swipe, with the predictive swipe up for your different words. So it's very, I would say it's pretty straightforward. And again, a welcome jump back to the physical keyboard. Now, back to the device. On the back side, you'll see there's that nice grip, I would say it's a signature, backing of BlackBerries, where it's pretty easy to hold, and you have your camera and your other sensors. So leading into camera, we have a 12 megapixel and 8 megapixel cameras. So good camera quality. The only thing is that in real use inside, I don't think the pictures of people were as crisp. I think the color wasn't quite as crisp. I could be just getting so used to using beauty shots that filter this out, and when you start to age that, that's what we really look like. But it seemed like the coloring was just slightly off. Outside though, totally different story. So if camera is your first priority, that may not be the one for you, but this is still far superior to quite a few other smartphones that I've seen as far as camera. So you're not getting a crappy camera, you are getting a very good camera. It's just a matter of your style. I would say one of the most helpful parts for me was a proper placement or a comfortable placement of the fingerprint sensor. So the fingerprint sensor is simply the space bar. So just, do a quick, press the power button to wake up your device, and then just swipe your thumb across or your finger. So the fingerprint sensor is very responsive, and it was very easy to set up. So another welcome addition to the BlackBerry world. And then A usual, just if you've seen any of the more recent BlackBerry devices, is the BlackBerry Hub. That is your master inbox of all of your accounts. But since you have an Android device, that means you have your Google advantages, I would say. So by logging in and setting it up with using your Android, your Google password, your Gmail, it recognized each of my accounts without having to add them into the hub. So as soon as I logged in and set it up, I still transferred apps from another device, it already loaded all of my accounts right into that hub inbox, and I can filter however I want. Do I want to filter by new? Do I want to swipe down and I can just take a look at the calendar? It is your master inbox of productivity and what you need to get done or what you're working on. But you can customize it as much as you want. You can take out accounts. You don't have to use that for some of the accounts. You could use an app, for example, a separate app. It all just depends on the accounts that you use the most. So the hub has been fabulous. There's even a new swipe sidebar to take a look at your what's going on for the day, what's on the calendar for the day, what emails, and a quick shot over to people. So if you need to contact someone quickly. So you're getting really all the benefits of Android. You're getting the BlackBerry, but you're adding in a fabulous QWERTY keyboard. I don't see any drawbacks. It's just a matter of how big your fingers are. Again, you have larger hands. That is going to be a little bit harder to type on that QWERTY keyboard. So overall, what do I think of it? I think it's fabulous. I think it's for anyone who productivity is their primary concern, getting stuff done, communicating, accounts. It really is a very, very smart device for you. And at the price of $549, you can't go wrong. Everybody knows that it's the new reality check on how much devices really cost. So finding something for $549 that has all of those components, you are buying a great device. So I highly recommend the BlackBerry Keyone. I will be continuing to use this as my productive device and not my, let's just go take a whole bunch of pictures. Again, the BlackBerry Keyone, and this is BooredFemme signing off.